I'm going to show you how to fix the Gardyn unit. If the deck stopped working, a lot of times they want you to replace it. And I'm pretty sure it was like a couple $100 if you're outside of warranty. So most of my units are 3 years old. I think one of them might be 4 years old. So there's no warranty on these units. And I didn't want to put no money into them. So I figured out how to fix it myself. So now my system does not run on the Gardyn app at all. It's a totally standalone system, and we're running a different kind of pump, different kind of controller for the lights. It's super simple to do once you figure out how you want to do it, because you have multiple different options. You could actually even use like an AC Infinity controller if you wanted to, but I want extremely basic, the cheapest pretty much possible to get this unit up and running. And I also did some modifications to the system while in the process of doing this. So we'll get into this, and I'll show you what's all involved. This one here I have not done yet. The one in the unit I just showed you was already finished and up and running. So this one here, where you get started at, I took the columns off, removed the plate, removed the lights. You do have 2 wires here. This one's for the camera, which I no longer use, so I'll cut the cable off and just pull it out of the system. This one you'll still need, because that one's for the lights. Then in the new system, I replaced all the tubing while I was at it. I didn't use this pump anymore, so we'll remove the pump. And in the process here, normally I don't put these bags back on. Basically it helps prevents water from splashing up, and the bags just help keep the unit a little bit quieter, which I'm really not too concerned about. So first thing you gotta do is remove all the screws. And why I'm doing this here, this is your sensor for your water, how much is in the unit. That will no longer be work with the modification, which I did some other modifications, so you really won't need it anyways. And once you get all the screws out, the top will just pour right off, and you can see all the moisture that gets in the system. So a lot of times where you see all this at, I'll put extra silicone so you don't get water in the unit. And let's take a look here. Here's a part of the computer board. You can see all the moisture that got in around it. So, and one issue here, you see there you get moisture around the water runs down the columns. It does get inside the system here, which can get into the rest of it. But what we need to do here is get inside this box right here. Here's where the computer is, and here's where the pump connects. And we'll just undo that. We won't need that pump anymore. And this is I'll show you this one thing that can corrode on these. This one's getting pretty brittle. So you do get some moisture inside these units. So that will no longer be needed. You can save it for a different system or whatever you want. I'll use a different kind of pump. Then first thing we're going to do is take this cover plate off, and then we're going to get rid of all the wires that won't be using anymore. This one I won't take off. This goes to the switch right here. This is one of the important things you want to keep here, is the switch. That way you can still use the on and off if you want, and you will still be using the Gardyn power supply. So let's get these off and get this box opened up. Normally this section here is sealed really well. There's no moisture inside. I can already see this one's actually been sealed different than my other Gardyn I had. So looks like they must have changed the process a little bit. There we go. This is one thing I do like to see. It's all super dry and clean inside. So I'm not real sure exactly what caused it to stop working unless it's this panel here. So basically we're getting rid of all this electric stuff. So we need to keep these two wires right here, since that's your power supply. And for cutting these wires, I'm going to just use a pair of dikes. These work good for cutting the wires out. I'm going to start out here with the camera. We'll just start tearing this system apart one by one until we only have left what we want to keep. So now I can take the camera cable, pull that out. We'll just keep following it back. So the two cameras go into this unit here. We're not using the camera anymore. So we have a spare little cable for using around the house if you needed a USB cable. Now we will want to reuse this seal in here, so I really don't want to damage that, so I'll just try to cut around it to get that cable out of there. And just so you understand, I have really no electrical background. I just kind of figured this out on my own. And if you do have electrical background, maybe you can give some advice for better ways of doing this. So I do want to keep this cable. This is a very important cable. So this goes to the lights. So we'll keep this cable here. We'll move that to the side. We want this cable, that's for your other lights. So we'll put that to the side. Now I'm getting rid of everything we absolutely do not need. The power button here will no longer be needed. So we'll keep the button there, but we don't need the cable in there, so we'll get rid of the cable. We do need the power supply here. So what I do is I'll show you that here in a second. We'll just get rid of the box here, all the big box. We'll remove that now. It could stay in there, but if we don't need it, I'm getting rid of it. Some people really like the app you use for the system. Personally, I like to run stuff a little bit more simple. Alright, this one is going to the water sensor, and we don't need that anymore either. But we'll leave the water sensor attached so that area stays sealed and doesn't leak. So I cut that one off. Here's your humidity sensor. You don't need the humidity sensor anymore. That's what that is. The humidity sensor just fits out the back side of the unit here. And what else do we have attached here? Oh, the cable for the, this one was for the pump. You can see it's got moisture in it. Surprised it hasn't burned up yet. So So what we have left is a bare unit. We have two wires for the lights and one wire for the power supply. Now I'll restate this again. I'm no electrician, so I'm not sure if I'm doing everything 100% correct. So I clip these off. Now, I'm not doing a full build right now on this unit, but I'm just showing exactly what I did. So then we just need the power supply to supply power to the two lights. So I'll strip all 3 red wires down, and I'll put these together with a wire nut. It'd be nice, instead of using a wire nut, if you found like a sealed connection for moisture, but I didn't have any on hand, so I just used a wire nut on these 3. I used the wire nut on these 3. I ran them back through the holes there. I siliconed around here. Then I put the lid back on. Then the other modification I did is I actually cut this whole square out right here, because I wanted this so I could see inside easier, to see how dirty the system is, if I want to clean it, if I need to add water. I just like being able to see in my system to really see how dirty it is if I need to do maintenance to the system. So I did take a Dremel tool. I'll show you on my other one. I'm not cutting this one right now. And I cut that whole unit out. Then on the back side, I did replace some of the tubing, put new tubing in. I put a different kind of connection in here. What I did is I used some of my irrigation stuff I had left over from my drip irrigation for doing my strawberries. So after you get the wires all connected, everything put back together, the lights put back on, the columns put back on, this is what you end up with. I'll show you the hose. I did modification here in a second. I ended up running the power cord out of the top, and when doing that, the lid really wouldn't fit good. So I just took my Dremel tool and took a little bit out of the lid here. So it fits on there nice. You just have a cable going out of the back, which don't really bother me, since system's gonna run totally different. So now you can get down inside and see better. You can see your water level. You see if your nutrients is looking bad or needs anything done to it. Then after cutting it, I did seal around the sides of the unit with silicone so you don't get moisture up inside, which really doesn't matter a whole lot anymore since I don't have all the electrical inside. And now I'll show you actually the trickiest part was actually the hooking up the hoses to it. I did put new hose inside. Alright, let's see what we got going on here, what I did on the underside of it. I just went with your basic cheap pump here. I can add a link to you for it on it. It's probably $20, $30, I don't know. But I like this kind of pump better than what they have because they don't burn up very fast. They can run for years without any real issues. And with having it like this, I can replace this pump in probably 10 minutes. It's super easy to replace. And this system runs more like the Let Us Grow farm stand or the iHarvest, how it has its own pump that's not controlled by a computer board. It's just controlled by a switch, and the lights are just controlled by like Wi-Fi or however you want to run the lights. You have many options. So I ran the pump. I can't remember what this is exactly. I think 3/8. Then I use a splitter here. The splitter is actually made for drip irrigation. And I had this left over from using my strawberries let pot system. And then it has 4 holes coming out for a 1/4 inch. And I didn't need one of them. So I bought a plug and put a plug in that one right there. And then I put an end cap over here on the very end. Then off that I just ran the 1/4-inch hose all the way back up to the top. And I run that off the exact same timer as I'm using for my lettuce grow farm stand, and I'll go show you that, what it looks like over here. Here's the timer I prefer using. Currently for this lettuce grow I'm running off for 15 minutes, then on for 5 minutes. And typically I just plug the Gardyn into that unit and use the same water settings as the lettuce grow farm stand. And to control the lights, I just use this Wi-Fi timer. I like it because I can control it with my phone. If you don't want to run Wi-Fi, you can just use one of the old manual, I call them a dummy timers, that just have the little switches you flip back and forth. So I use this for my lights. To control my lights, I just plug my power supply from the Gardyn system into this. So now I can fully control the Gardyn lights with this switch. And the pump just goes into that other watering timer. So that's all you gotta do. So basically the only wires you have to keep is the ones for the 2 lights and the wire that runs through to the back of this power supply where it has the on-off switch. And after that, it's all done. So besides just the wire modification, I cut the hole bigger, which I like. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll leave links to all the parts that I used in the video description. And I'll also leave a link to my Amazon shopping list so you can see a lot of the stuff I prefer to use hydroponic wise for my systems. Have a good day.